Bitcoin blogs, and god damn it, I've made a recording already in my mind. I thought the camera was on, so I was talking like 5 or 10 minutes. God damn it. I gotta say the whole goddamn thing again. All right, let's try that again. Jesus Christ, I hate when that happens. Long time no see. And let's talk about Bitcoins today. But it's been a long time because my son's been raking me through the coals, running away, and I don't want to spend this whole blog talking about him running away. But we'll talk about some of it. And yeah, I told you guys I got him last time, right? And then he ran away again the next day. Woo! Causing me, after he did that, you know, I wasn't in a hurry. Now, if it sounds like I said this before, because I just said the same goddamn thing. I wasn't reciting. So, oh, you missed all my witty jokes about being the fat man on the bike. I don't know, but anyways, my son, don't lie to me. Well, he ran away, and I wasn't in a hurry to go and get him right after he ran away. I found a library the last time, remember that story? But stressed me out to hell. So I reverted to my old trick and turned into a raging alcoholic. But not as alcoholic as you think. More of like a sweatshop worker kind of alcoholic. Like, you know, somebody should have a sweatshop workers bar. That was, you know, me working, and a little bit too much money to spend on drinks, but not like I went outside to a bar, club, and ran around stupid. Just slowly pacified myself with alcohol, like sweatshop workers around the world. And I was focusing on learning this cryptocurrency stuff, and my wife was Mother of the Year. You know, like, especially if they give out the awards and hell and Satan hands them out personally, she'd be the winner. But that's last year's topic, right? This year, this vlog, something different, right? So what happened anyway? So first, Qualtaqua. I held out till Saturday, and finally I decided to go out and find him. So I went to the library and I tracked this homeless ass down, and I said, son, take a look at me. Not much of a, what's that song? Take a jumbo, cross the border. Something, something, something. I got a song in my head, all right. Anyways, I started walking across the city, telling him how happy I was. He fucking kept running away, and next thing I know, he fucking disappeared behind my back, ran away again. So awesome. So I proceeded into this restaurant that said they have this microbrewery bar. It said, thank our teachers, give away a free pint of beer. if you show you're a teacher. And I was screaming out for my name. And I sat there and I drank their beer. And like an alcoholic, I got the strongest beer. And then in happy hour, I got 2 more. And proceeded to get wasted. Not really, but a little bit. I decided I had enough. I know where he ran. So I ran to the disco where he was at, like about 1 o'clock at night. And my son proceeded to backstab me and tell all these kids, oh my God, my dad's beating me, I can't go home. Because that's how he got food, was by talking shit about me, which was completely not true. And that pissed me off when I was drunk. And then it turned into a lynch mob of like 10 Chinese people against a foreigner. I actually had to run because I had my backpack, my computer and shit, and I had to run from the lynch mob. And I went home, was pissed off. Next day I went out for 5 hours searching in vain for his ass, only to be called the next morning. Which way, buddies? Only to be called the next morning by the police, who found him after a week of fun and play. So I went down to go pick him up, and I said, come on, man. You can't run around telling everybody you're scared of me because you want to go party and be a fucking asshole. You know that song? Son of an asshole. Idiot, son of an asshole. Idiot, son of an asshole. Yeah. So I threatened to bring him to a jail, which I probably should have done, and carted him off home. And I was so pissed off, but you know what, like, my wife is bipolar, and she has put on the most evil private classes for my kids. So it's not a mystery why he turned out like that, because like my wife was a million times worse. And you know, that's how it is. So anyways, loving these tires, by the way. Woo-wee! They feel so good. I can't believe it's real. It is real. Memorex, right, baby? Woohoo! Don't want to die. Anyhow, got him home. What is that? I did the reset. Fuck off! I did the reset switch on the foreign relations. I said, man, if you do it again, I'm gonna put your ass in jail. Don't be a whatever the fuck you call it. Oh my God, my watch is not on. Jesus, first I got my camera not on, my watch is not on. So I said, don't be a, what did Mr. T say? A pity the fool. Don't be a fool. And yeah, that was part 1, brought to you by Dysfunctional Family, you know me. So after that, I tried to get my wife is just going bipolar, because that's what bipolar people do. Just so happens I brought him home, and she's just like absolutely evil. I'm like, man, why are you so fucked up? I just got him home. You keep abusing him. That's the reason why he runs away. And she's all, good. I hope he dies. And so I got to deal with her bipolar ass, which is so awesome. Because no matter how many times I deal with the bipolar person, it still leaves me that uncomfortable knot in my stomach that makes me feel like I'm gonna throw up. And for somebody that stopped drinking, that kind of tag team fucked upness, man, I'll tell you what, sure does make me say, okay, you're fucked up, call and order me some drinks. Yes, sir. But let's move on to the next section of today's valuable vlogging. Yeah, so what else happened? All right, so I got ready for my boss to call me. It's from New Zealand. Say, hey. Oh, my wife's called me. Hello? Hello? What's up? Hey. Why, honey? Tell him he can play Mario after he does his work for 8 hours. I said, tell him he could do. Okay. Well, tell him I said I want him to clean his office and his room before he goes to school, all right? Huh? Okay. Okay, let me talk. All right. Let's not avoid it. Let me talk to him real quick. Call Takwa? Hey. Hey man, listen. You're old enough to know you gotta be cool, man. Juan gives you some rules, you gotta follow them, man. Just like if I tell you too, son, hey. We gotta have respect for each other, right? Can you hear me? Man, I'm on a bike right now. Can you hear me, son? Well, look, I mean, look, you know the rules are, man. I got no problem if you want to play games, but you got to get all your schoolwork done first, man. Is that cool with you? Did you hear me? And if your brothers are in class, man, don't fuck up their school, man. Hey. Did you hear me? I can't hear you, man. I'm on a micro. Huh? What'd you say?
Say it again louder.
I said, Qual Takwa, man, listen. It's cool with me if you play games, but you gotta do your duty first, alright, man? And hey, man, look, if Wong tells you something, you know, she's only one person and she's got such a hard job with so many kids to help you guys in school, man. Don't fuck up your brother's school, man. Hey. Do you hear me? Hey, can you hear me, son? I mean, you're a big boy now, son, right? I'm gonna go get that tool and cut your rings off, all right?
No, I need to fucking come home.
Huh? Yeah, I'm coming home, Juan. Can you try to be an adult till I get there a little bit? Goodbye. Thanks for calling. Call again. Yeah, my wife is just like, can't be an adult for like 5 seconds, man. Especially when she's bipolar. I love it so much, man. So, anyhow, like I said, that was last year's show about my wife. So let's talk about my job. So I'm doing this PowerPoint to hell and all this fucking work, right? And my boss comes off the plane and instead of going out there finding my son and spending time on my other shit, I'm doing her work for free, because that's what migrant workers do when they work in China for 17 goddamn years and you can't get a fucking green card, so you got to get treated like a slave, right? Because if they go to America or another country, they get a green card in 1 year. There's no slavery anymore. But it's okay. So I do that kind of shit. So I do it all, and she comes back, and I practice for like 10 hours with the kids in the classroom. And she comes back, she don't even fucking look at it with the kids. She don't even let the kids practice it one time. And they fucking make fun, oh, the drummer boy, that's not a popular Christmas song, and what a stupid song, and we gotta sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas instead. And all they just, and the kids practice like at lunchtime. I didn't get paid. I stayed there on my lunches, neglecting my family and shit, like a migrant fucking worker. And all that for fucking nothing. Just like so many other jobs I've done. She didn't even fucking look at it and listen to them. And then they said, so I said, okay man, you're the boss, I don't give a fuck. I just love being a slave. And so she's like, oh yeah, I want you to finish that PowerPoint. And I'm like, well, I mean, I edited it like she said to edit it. She cut out 80%, and I did that, and I said, well, boss, I don't got time, man. I'll do it on Thursday. No, you have it by tomorrow morning. So, after looking for my son for 5 hours, I edited the video and stayed up to 5:30 in the morning. I didn't even sleep, went to work the next day, went to her practice, and after doing all that work, she didn't even fucking look at it, man. Didn't even look at it, hardly. So it was all a fucking time waste joke, just for me to have labor for the fact of labor's sake, right? I'm 42 or 40, I don't even know how old I am anymore. I work so hard. And that's my life. Everybody, it's my life. What's that song? Anyhow, so then I proceed to go to practice every day for like free, without payment, only to get yelled at and treated like shit. So I just say, yes ma'am, whatever you want, whatever you want. And the last day, Friday came, and they changed everything to this awkward Chinglish. I mean, it was honestly, I think, the most fucked up version. But that's okay, I don't really care. My job is not to think, it's to do. So I'm tired, I'm worried about my son being gone for a week. I've been spending all my time working for more than 40 hours for free. And I get up on the stage, I got 3 sentences. I fuck up one of my lines after they were practicing and spending countless hours of time going through bullshit. I fucked up one of my lines, kind of fucked up their performance. I'm sorry, I tried my best. I'm not a fucking Broadway actor. Especially when you hand me the updated shit 2 hours before the shit starts. So anyhow, that's awesome, huh? Yeah, what a waste of my fucking life. So that was part 2. This is NPR. So anyways, what happened is, after part 2, I know you gotta be thinking, oh my God, could there be more? What else is there? Yes. Don't touch that channel, man. we got more. So, all right, so now we're gonna switch over to trading alt currencies and Bitcoins 101 with your host, Guy Smiley, right? So, check it out. I sat there putting pieces of my measly paycheck in, and just yesterday, last night, I have doubled my investment, right? Now I know what you're thinking, my God, how can you be so rich? And I'm not rich, not yet. But let me tell you, man, it's been a righteous journey. I had to learn a lot, man. It's a lot. I don't even know where to start, man. It's like I'm using this exchange called Binance, and I'm also using this exchange called Ether Delta. And I've tried to learn about the fundamentals, which means I learned about the background of the companies. I try to keep up on their ICOs, their initial coin offerings, and I try to keep up with the jazz. I looked at the charts and volume and the metrics and all of that funness. And I was trading and I was trying different strategies. And I have I had a big problem because I traded something called paired trades, and that means there's two main pairs of trades. And all right, this is gonna go into a little bit like intermediate for you, splashed in with some beginner's goodness. All right, so at Binance you can't trade a fiat currency, like dollar or something. You got to trade with like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Bitcoin is the name of a cryptocurrency, and Ethereum is another of its main competitors, like somewhat, and BNB coin and Tether. And so anyways, my biggest challenge was Bitcoin and Ethereum. Their value floats like against the US dollar. They actually have their own measurement called Satoshis. And Satoshis is the name of like the units of measure. So the dollar is cool and important, but I mainly look at the Satoshi value, which means just like think of it like how many points do you got, right? So I had a really hard time because of the fluctuating value, and Binance would give you your dollar estimated account by giving you a Bitcoin, and you know the Bitcoin versus Ethereum exchange rate also fluctuates. So when you have all these fluctuating values, I was losing money because of fluctuations. Kind of hard to explain. Number two, I was losing money because of making some stupid mistakes. like I put in the wrong number, or I clicked the wrong button, or internet lag. And honestly, that's where I lost all my money. I mean, I didn't lose, but the losses that I incurred were not really, I'd say like only a couple things that I get out of early. So what have I learned? Well, I'm getting better at this. I'm now up to like $3,400, and just like $1,000 in the last couple days. I haven't made any huge advancements like doubling or tripling my money in one stock. Instead, what I do, because I try to be really cautious, is I invest, and if I'm sitting there and I can watch everything, I try to invest in a 7% return. So that means for every $100 I spend, I want to get $7 back. Now that's the fundamentals of how I. Now, if I'm sitting there and I could watch it, you know, I will occasionally let it run. But my wife is calling me because she's bipolar. What now? Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. What? Mama. So anyways, my wife, she can't just be an adult. She's got to flip out or go crazy or neglect and all this other shit that I've talked about for years on my blog. Anyhow, so if I'm sitting there, I'll let the stock go up, but I've practiced in being satisfied with the 7% return. I split my stocks, I split my capital into 4 parts, and for the most part, I try to invest 25% in each stock. And there's something called fear of missing out. If there's a super good stock and I'm afraid I'm missing out on it, I'll close an order, sometimes at a small loss, and go into the other one. But honestly though, I have learned to control that temptation and just hold my own stocks and wait for that 7%. And that takes some discipline. You know, sometimes I'll cut that 7 down to 3 if I need to or something. Some of the biggest challenges have been occasionally being stuck in a trade. It's not moving, which is why I try to invest in 4 trades. If one trade's not moving, I could use that 25% and go ahead and get the 7% and then go into another stock and get 7% again. And that will be the same thing as if that was 7%. So 7% is 7% on 25%, right? And I started out with like $500 and $1,000, and it was hard to buy the coins to get into the game because I was paying a 20% markup rate or 10% markup rate at least. But in keeping a good discipline I'm getting much better. And the good thing about 7% as long as you make 7%, then the next time you make 7%, it'll be more than the last 7% you made. And instead of chasing the future, which I don't know with these stocks that are gonna blow up, I just try to get that 7% target as many times as I can. And it all adds up. It all adds up. So my advice to all the people out there is, you know, go for 7, man. Lucky 7, right? And now there's some things I've learned. And these rules that you learn, you gotta follow your own rules. Like, I've learned one thing, like, even when you think it's at the bottom, because what I would do is I'll look at the volume, I'll look at the cost, and I'll look at the hourly change. And I really like to buy cheap shit. And I try to keep my volume up so I'm not stuck in a trade that's got no volume. And that means how many people are trading in that stock, right? So now if I'm gonna go to sleep or something, or I'll put it in a low volume stock, low volume coin. Now, that being said, when Bitcoin goes up, certain stocks go up. When Bitcoin goes down, certain stocks go down. And that has been one of the biggest challenges, is anticipating Bitcoin's value going down and having some money in reserves to go buy all the coins whose value have dropped. And with Bitcoin's value, that's a great opportunity. What sucks is if you don't get out of Bitcoin, if you don't get out of your, we say altcoins, and these coins are 25% up, and then Bitcoin crashes, because Bitcoin does a lot of corrections from like 20,000 to 10,000, or 20,000 to 14,000, and every time it does that, if you're in a stock and you don't get the fuck out, you're gonna be left and having your stock become worthless. You just gotta hold. Now, when I first started doing this, I had weak hands a little bit, and I would sell at a loss. And then I learned to hold, and then even better than that, I would learn to try to not be stuck in a stock after Bitcoin's gone down. And I only try to pick the stocks that, even if they go down during a correction, I know will return to the previous value. But that means I have to wait a little bit. And that's something important while you wait on that big, on what you think will be a 30% increase or something. Well, if you're just sitting there waiting for that and investing instead of trading, then you're missing out on participation. And if you're not participating in trades, you're not making your 7%, and in the end, you're not really making any money. So I don't have the funds to invest, even though there's a lot of stuff I like to invest in. So I trade on those big items that have huge increases. I jump in and jump out of them, and just do day trading with it, you know. And I'm doing all right. You know, I got in a little while ago with some stocks that were down, and I hope I'm not stuck in them, because I get real impatient, like, oh man, I want to do some other trades, you know? But it's really important to keep your discipline. And I made more money yesterday than I made from my boss working a whole fucking month almost. So I try to be smart. I try to do it carefully and steadily. And at this rate, I could see myself coming up on $10,000 real quick. And the more money you make, the more money you make. I mean, like, you make a lot more money. 7% of 10,000 is a lot more than 7% of 1,000. And for the people out there that are trying to do the math, I mean, in Chinese money, it's 6.2 or I don't know what it is, maybe 6.6 right now. So $1 US is worth 6 times more than Chinese dollars, right? So the money that I'll make is ridiculous. And it's like, I don't want to, I mean, the money I'm making right now, it's getting to be a great amount, and I can't believe I didn't do it earlier. Now because I'm me and my life is fucked up, I've seen everything. Like today, Bitcoin could get into a battle with Bitcoin Cash, and the volatility of the market is unreal. I don't know about trading other stocks, but I heard that like trading cryptocurrency makes other trades looks like Boy Scouts. And I like to try trading other stuff, investing in stock market, but it's not accessible for me. Like this is accessible to me and so many people. And it's open 24 hours. And I'm going crazy on it. I'm learning about the different exchanges, the Korean exchange and the Europe, and the different times of the day that people access the exchange. And I'm getting a lot better in all ways of this game. Now, I don't want to touch the money. I want to see it double and triple. Funny thing is, I don't know yet how to get the cash. I mean, if I had an address in America and I could verify it with the exchange that does fiat trading, they would let me take the money in US dollars. And I'm sure in China I'll find a way somehow. If anybody knows an easy way, tell me. But you know, I don't want to touch the money right now, and I'm not making a lot of Chinese RMB, but I'm killing it on the stocks a little bit. It's just going into perpetual investment, right? And wow, I'm so excited. I really need the money for my life and my future. My life is so fucked up. My kids fucked up, my wife's fucked up. If I could get rich off of this, which I'm getting rich, I'll be so happy. Now, what I was saying before is not only voluntary. I predict that by the time, because I'm gonna hit $10,000 pretty soon. When I get $10,000 in the bank, the amount of money I'll get from 7%, splitting 10,000 up into multiple trades, I could even go more than 4 trades if I wanted. You know, the idea is I like to do 5 trades. I like to do 4 trades at 25%, and then have another section of money for what looks like good opportunities just to drop. Like if I see some good movement, like drop that in there. But I don't want to split it up 5 ways to do that right now, because I'm looking for consistent returns to build up the initial capital that I'm investing, to increase that number as rapidly and as low risk as I can. But in the future though, I'm gonna go for 5-way trades, you know. And I gotta be careful. Like I do day trading when I'm teaching sometimes, and man, you gotta be aware. And I've made some near mistakes, and I lost some opportunities because I wasn't really aware. I wasn't paying as good of attention as I should have. And also, you know, you can't have enough computer screens for this, man. The more screens, the better. And I'm using my workstation, pushing it pretty hard, man. And it's actually, it's stressful, it's exciting, it's really awesome, man. I didn't realize that it's such fun, but I wake up and I look forward to getting in there and trading, and it's pretty cool, man. And I use Trading Views. They call it a troll box where the people talk. I use Telegram, and I use the Whale Pool and some other YouTube chat channels. And what I do is I watch them, and when other stocks are going up in the chat rooms, they call it mooning, going to the moon. When they shoot up, I'm able to see the people talking about it, and I jump in on that trade, and it's money, man. And oh my God. Now, let me give you some reasons why I can't wait. Number one, my wife is fucked up, bipolar. Number one. Number two, oh, did you not know that? Surprise! My kids, they need me, and I can't do it without money, man. My wife is too fucked up so much of my shit in my life. I gotta make a lot of goddamn money. And I was making money, and you know what, you guys don't know, I was trying to start a Kickstarter and lots of shit my wife completely destroyed, not just my kids. Number three, my boss is so humiliating. Like, my boss is like, oh yeah, I dress up for their presentation, and I wore these conservative, like, Docker pants and like this dress jacket, like I dressed up like nice, and she says shit to me, oh yeah, I'm gonna borrow a jacket from one of the Chinese teachers so you can wear it, that way you look better. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm not gonna wear another person's clothing. I didn't say fuck you, but like, just completely insulted, right? I'm like, no man, I look fine, man. And like, she always belittles me like I'm a piece of shit. And I'm supposed to like she yelled at me about she not like my hair. So I was drunk on Saturday night, and I got home, and I said, fuck it, you know, I'm shaving my fucking head. How about that? So I shaved my fucking head. And now, I'm like Patrick Stewart. And everybody loves Patrick Stewart. And like that other guy in Die Hard, Bruce Willis. And like that guy in fucking California killer guy, and like all these bald-headed guys, right? And maybe I got an ugly head, I'm not sure, I guess I probably do. But I don't feel that bad about it. Fuck. It's all good with me to shave my head. Like, I'm a middle-aged man. How many people, like, you ever seen like somebody shit? So anyways, I'm sitting there and I don't get thanked for all the fucking work I do or any kind of shit. I get treated like shit. And then I can tell, like, hey, where's your lesson plan? They haven't seen a lesson plan from you all year. I'm like, man, every meeting we go to, I try to tell the Chinese staff at that school, check out my lesson plan. Nobody gives a fuck, right? And she said, you better get a lesson plan or you don't have to go there, you'll be fired. And I said, what do you mean I'll be fired? I got a lesson plan, better lesson plan every goddamn day of the week than any teacher you ever seen if you ever wanted to fucking give a fucking look, you know? And I just got my lesson plan, oh, nobody talking. All right, so I'm sitting down yesterday doing my lesson plan after I got my son on the return. And I get this message from one of the staff workers. Hello, look, your boss said that she wants you to wear a hat to school because this is China and the students are very conservative and they can't see something so extreme like that. It will affect your teaching. And I said, excuse me? She said, yeah, you could wear a hat and maybe you could say that there's something wrong with you and that's why you had to cut your hair. And I said, well, fuck you, you know? I didn't say fuck you, but I said, well, you know what? Maybe you could wear a skirt for me, really nice and short, because I think women should have long, long hair and wear short fucking skirts, right? And I'm like, you know, this girl went to America for a year to be a student, and I'm like, don't you feel like shit calling me to ask me that? I'm a middle-aged man. What do you mean there's no teachers that are bald, man? There's tons of them. I look around the Starbucks, there's tons of bald people. Might run around, pass out hats, and like, I was completely insulted, and this is like typical of how I'm treated every day. And I'm threatened by my visa, and I got my wife, and my wife's going crazy. My son's running away, and fucking, they want to kick me out of my house, and Jesus Christ, I'm getting fatter. Oh, I need a drink. So I got so much motivation to be a good trader, and I'm trading, baby. I'm like, fuck, nobody could take this shit away from me. And I mean, I could lose it myself, but that hasn't been happening. Now the curious thing is how I'm gonna get the goddamn money, because I got the currency. So you guys watching, you got some good ideas in China how to access my Bitcoin and shit to get the money. Let me know one day. But it's not so important right now because I'm not touching it. But I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna try to convince myself not to drink. But my wife is bipolar, and it's just fucking a nightmare for me, man. And to see how she's destroying my, oh my God. I love her, but I swear when she's bipolar like this, I don't care how many times I go through the bipolar carnival, man. It's never that fun, you know? And so I love her on my bike, though. My bike, I went to school the other day in 47 minutes, and the weather's changing, and yeah, man, there's a lot, there's a lot of other stuff happening. Solaris and starting to talk a lot. Apollo's being neglected as fuck. I'm looking forward to talking. Shout out to my sister, woo, and my cousin Kelly. She even made her. Man, if there's people watching my videos out there, that's awesome. You know, I can't make videos and ride my bike when my son is missing and I'm stressed out. When that happens, I stop riding my bike and I'm in like this fight or flight mode where where I got to get ready to go to the police station, or I'm just like so stressed out. Okay, I'm gonna do trading on the subway and just trade every second, learn how to do it on my phone, and I can't get out. It's bad for my health, and it's terrible. It rips me apart, destroys my kids' homeschool. But I'll tell you what, you guys keep your fingers crossed out there in La La Land, because I'll be riding my bike again sometime. And you know, I would still teach if I could make enough money. Oh fuck, I will get my marriage visa, and fuck ever getting a visa from my boss again for the rest of my goddamn life. Oh, 17 years a slave, baby. And we'll see how this works. I mean, I want to be too rosy-eyed. It is a lot of work, and I spend a lot of hours doing this. And I don't know if everybody could do it. I think that everybody could do it if you follow a system that works and are real careful, low risk. It seems, in fact, that's probably why so many people are doing it. Everybody doing this is fucking greedy, and the fundamentals and the coins, they really, half of them don't do shit. Who knows if they ever will? But I hope I'm not too late for a game. I hope I can make a whole lot of money and take it out. And man, finally moving up to the east side, moving on up to the east side. Finally got myself a piece of the pie. I need it. Now, my wife has been like so terrible. I'll tell you right now, I go home and it's like, oh, I want to get a drink, because I know as soon as I get home, I see how fucked up she is and see how bad she's treating my son. I'm gonna see how fucked up my son is. And you know, it really pissed me off. You went outside, told everybody I was beating. You know, that wasn't me, that was my wife, right? I'm like, dude, man, I fucking been through hell for your ass. And yeah, that was pretty. But you know what? I mean, kids, they're allowed to fuck up when they're young, I think. Preferably that they don't, though. And I'm pretty compassionate person. I don't believe in judging someone. Like, my wife has condemned him to hell, and it don't matter what he's done. She will absolutely destroy the fuck out of him. And it's tough, because the more that he fucks up and the more that she fucks up, the more busy I gotta be. So a lot of people say, well, gotta give him more time. And yeah, well, you're right, I gotta give him more time, but I gotta give freedom. And if he wasn't fucking up and she wasn't so fucking up, I'd have more time to give him. So it's like a catch-22, you know? Yeah. So shout out to all the people on Reddit. Woo! Sorry, I don't have any time to answer your questions. I haven't even looked at the YouTube channel. This is the first vlog I made in a long time. And we were like $3,400 at the time of making this vlog. And which is a lot of money in Chinese money. And we'll see what happens. If all goes good, by next week, I'll hit $10,000. And then if I got that much capital to roll around with, we're just gonna keep going up. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll hit one of those stocks that go up 300 or 400%. What stocks do I like? What coins do I like? Well, if you want to ask about the fundamentals for all those people out there that do trading, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people shill. like IOTA. IOTA, I've been making a lot of money off of IOTA going up and down, and OMG and SALT, and but I like some of the ones that people don't talk about that much, like you know, also I'm doing REQ and DNT, but I like DNT, and there's one that just got on there, LEND, that I was doing on Ether Delta before I moved to Binance. Yeah, LEND's got a lot of weird places to go. Mana, it's got a lot of growth potential. Dragon, I'm gonna try to, you know, it sucks to invest in Ether Delta, but I'm gonna try to do that to convert some mana, to convert some ether, and invest in Dragon, because a lot of people are gonna hear that that was made by Disney. Partially, they're gonna hear that, and when it goes on its first exchanges, especially after being at #1 on Ether Deltas and ICO, I'm sure it's going to see a lot of movement. So I'll probably invest in that before I go to bed. Of course, like, I have invested in that coin before, traded that coin, not invested in it, traded it. And if I would have just left my money there, of course, it would have gone up 30%, 40%. However, you never know the future. And I've heard a lot of people say it, and I read a lot of, I read a ton, watch videos. One of the best pieces of advice I could give out to people is don't second guess yourself when you're missing these huge increases. I haven't got those huge increases yet, but I got lots of good increases on smaller scales, and you'll get them, and you never know the future when you're doing a trade, right? So don't feel bad about it. Feel good about, you know, it's like you're a fat person like me. I'm so fat, like losing weight. You can't look in the mirror after one day at the gym and say, oh man, I can't see the difference. You get 7% of that weight off every day. By the time you hit the gym, or by the time you want to look in the mirror, if you don't see it, other people will see it, and eventually you'll see it yourself, right? And it'll be hard earned. But the difference is, when you're doing trading, try to remember that 7%, it's I don't know if you call it compounding, that's the right word, but it will bring you more money in the future. And, all right, so my son, like an idiot, he put on 2 rings, and he wants to get tattoos and all kinds of stupid shit. And his rings are stuck on his finger. And I tried the dental floss trick from YouTube, and that didn't work. So I got to get a cutter, a wire cutter, and go home and try to cut his rings out without fucking his hand up. I should do a YouTube special on that. Hey everybody, we're gonna do unringing instead of unboxing with the escape artist and the man in the desert with the horse and lots of pain. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look at the way I'm rapidly increasing my cadence with little effort on these wonderful tires that I've only read a couple of minutes. You know, I pumped these up to 80 psi. They lost a little bit of air, but man, so far for tubeless, I think they're pretty cool, man. If you're on the fence about whether or not to try tubeless tires, go for it. Invest. Try tubeless. Stay away from crazy ladies. Love your kids. ride a bike. My wife said, just come home, don't get it. I'm being disobeying though, huh? Thought it was here. I guess it's the next one up here. You know, I ride home, I feel like I got a sick feeling in my stomach, man. See my wife and her evil shit, man. I hate it. And she's just as bad when Taco's not there too. Sometimes you won't believe it. Some wire cutters. I guess wire cutters will work. Hey, Neha. It's scary to do this. Oh.这是一样的吗？
啊，一样的。
不一样的吗？
一样的吧。
一样的。
看一下。
这是多少钱？
多少钱？
什么？
8块可以吗？
你好厉害，你个国语。
我会说对。8块可不可以吗？
不行。
9块吗？
不行。
9块5吗？
这个是批发价来的。
3等成人，3唔係喺度傾緊偈。3等成人咁黑色嘢嘅得。5盒。
OK 啊。
微信嗎？
微信。
你知你整個二維碼喺度啫嘛？
係啦。
9塊5啊，來吧。
9塊5就9塊5。
OK。
Thank you。
謝謝你啊。謝謝啊。Alright. So they wanted 10 yen, and I wanted it cheaper. So I got for 9 yen 5 mil. 50-cent coupon, baby. And I'm gonna use that to buy me some Bitcoin. Or some fucking drink. Here we go. Tomorrow I gotta go get my wife some more drugs or medicine at the psychiatric hospital. Maybe I'll bring the camera, who knows. My wife just doesn't believe in child psychology. Like, she thinks she could just totally neglect my kid. Like, hey, like, I just want to live like you're a stranger. And it's so hard on my son. I can't stand to see her abuse him like that, man. To see her neglect him and ignore him and treat him completely wrong. And I tell her, man, that's fuck, you can't do that to any kid. It don't matter if you're the parent or not. That's just flat out wrong. And she says, oh, I don't think so. Like, I gotta deal with this farmer mentality and argument, and she's so, it's so blatantly wrong. It kills me. It's like evilly, like not Evel Knievel, but like the queen of Satan's Satan's little kindergarten. She'd be like the head teacher. All right, everybody, I'm about to cut it off because I'm entering the lair of hell, and all joy has gone out of my body. I feel like my parents just come home from a parent-teacher conference. Deep down feeling in my gut. Dun, dun, dun. See you guys later. You guys want to see my head? Ta-da! Yeah, something's wrong with me. My hair fell out. But, see you guys later. Thanks for riding with me. And rich and famous coming at you.